Hello YouTube, Keshav here. I'm here with a logistical breakdown of Gosaikunda Trek. I recently published my trekking film, Midwinter Trekking to Gosaikunda Lake. It's more of a personal film that does not go into the logistical breakdown of the trek. It's more of a experience sharing kind of a film, and this video is to help you in case you want to do this trek. So first of all, it's very near from Kathmandu. In fact, the reason we did this trek in the first place is because I was having a conversation with my friend Neeraj, and I simply asked him that what would be the shortest hike or nearest hike from Kathmandu, yet you get to be close with the mountains. And he said that probably Gosaikunda would be one of the closest or nearest trek from Kathmandu, which would bring you close to the mountains. So I had never been to Gosaikunda, so I thought, yes, this would be a great opportunity to go over there, although it was midwinter. I have done some trekking in the snow in the past, so I didn't think it would be much of an issue if we were prepared with everything. And Neeraj had done this trek in the past, so I thought two of us can team up and pull it off. So we did that. Neeraj booked the bus tickets in order for us to reach to the trailhead called Dhunche, which is the headquarters of Rasuwa district. You can get the bus tickets from esewa.com, although they charge you a little bit more than they should, I guess. But yeah, you can book the tickets, or you could directly go to Balazu Machapokhari, from where all those buses for Dhunche depart, and you can buy your tickets directly at Dhunche. It's the bus will take around 6 to 7 hours to take you to the trailhead. If you are coming from other parts of Nepal, so what you can do is you can take the Prithvi highway, the highway that connects Kathmandu and Pokhara. You need to be on that highway, and at a place called Galchi, you need to head towards north. You will enter Nuwakot district, and from Nuwakot district you need to continue this particular highway, and you'll be in Dhunche in no time. Once you are at the Dhunche, your trekking will begin. You can do your last minute shopping over here. So we reached Dhunche at around 2:30 p.m. and we started our trek then and there. We followed these beautiful valley. I don't know, it's not really a valley, this section between these giant hills, and we went I'm not sure if you can see this. Do you see these dotted lines? So yeah, we hiked for around 4 hours, I think, and at around 6 p.m. we reached to our first stop, Deurali. And I think there are a couple of other hotels over here as well that they are constructing. So yeah, you can stop at these places as well. But we planned to reach to Deurali, and we reached over there by 6 p.m. We were very, very tired. We had our food. The food was really good in this entire trek for some reason. On the first day, the elevation gain was around 600 meters. This is at 2600 meters. The next day, we started early at around 8 a.m., I think. And on the second day, we crossed Dhimsa, we crossed ChandanBari, and we crossed ChandanBari at around midday, and we cooked our own noodles somewhere around over here at this place. ChandanBari is at around 3000 meters, so it started snowing somewhere around after 3000 meters. So we reached to LauriBina at the end of the day at around 6 p.m. This is the place where we stayed. This last section was very difficult because the snow deposit was a lot over there, and plus we are tired by trekking all day long. There's also another stop over here called Cholangpati over here, and the really interesting thing about this particular trail was the local community keeps these trail active even in the off season. So if they see people going up, and if the hotels are not opened at those particular place, people from the lower place will go up with you. And there were two people over here in the LauriBina who were running one hotel or keeping it active, and there was one person at Cholangpati as well. And when we said to him that we won't be staying at Cholangpati, we would go up to LauriBina by the end of the day, that person closed his hotel and he came along with us to LauriBina as well. So we stayed over there, and in LauriBina they said that there are two people in the Gosaikunda who are running the hotel, so it's safe for us to go there and stay if we want. LauriBina is at around 3,900 meters, very close to 4,000 meters, and it was very difficult for us to sleep over here. Maybe we went a little too fast, I'm not sure. Then maybe the oxygen was a little low, or maybe we did not acclimatize properly. It was very difficult to sleep over here in the night, and because of the snowfall we're not sure if we could continue the next day. But thankfully next day it did not snow. The snow had stopped, the weather cleared, and the sun came up, and we had proper equipments. I think I forgot to mention that we also had micro spikes, which is a must have in snow, along with a proper hiking boots, shades for eyes, proper trekking poles would be very helpful in the snow, and a gaiter would be even more good. I did take my gaiter, but I thought it would not be a really a necessary thing, so I left it back in the Deurali. So as we went up, we kept leaving few things here and there just to make our backpack lighter, And on our third day was difficult, man. For some reason in the map, this section does not look steep at all, but trust me, this section from over here, from hotels over here to this stupa, it's very steep. Okay, now you can say you can see how steep this section is. Plus, because of the snow, the trail was covered and we could not locate the proper trail, so we were walking in snow, and sometimes there would be knee-deep snow, and I would get a little scared at that time. But thankfully you get a really good view of this Langtang Lirung mountain, which is the highest mountain in the Langtang region, in the Langtang range. So that was the best part of this particular section, is you get really nice view. And this is, I think, one of the challenging and difficult bit from hotel over here to the stupa. It's quite steep, although it doesn't look that steep over here, but it's really steep, or like I would say the steepest section of the trail. Once you cross this, you then have rather normal or somewhat easier section along this ridge of the mountain. And we started at 8:30, I think, and it was very snowy, and we reached to Gosaikunda over here at the viewpoint, I think. This is the one over here, yes, I think. So we reached over here at around 12:30. So it took us quite some time because of the snow, and we are not even racing, or we're just taking our own time to reach to the lake. But as soon as we were there, the weather changed. The sun was covered with clouds and it started snowing once again. Our boots were completely wet because of the snow, and I was only carrying one pair of extra socks, which was a big mistake. I should have carried at least 3 pair of socks. So I put on my dry socks. Then I put on my wet socks and my wet boot on my way back from Gosaikunda. We stayed there for around 1.5 hours. We could have stayed there the night, but we were worried that we would not be able to sleep well over there. So we returned back. Right now, it does not look there aren't any sign of snow over here in this particular in the map, but it was completely covered with snow. It was fun reaching over there. He just found this image somewhere and he said we could do this circuit trek, and I was also interested in doing this entire circuit trek, although this second part from Gosaikunda to Gopte to Kutumsang to Chisapani looks very long, very, very long. This trek even extends further, and you can go from Gosaikunda to this place called Gopte. From Gopte you can trek all the way to Kutumsang, and from Kutumsang you can also trek all the way to Chisapani, and from Chisapani you get to Sundarizal, and from Sundarizal you are back to Kathmandu if you want to do that full circuit. And we actually wanted to do that one, but things don't always go as planned, do they? Before we reached to Dhunche, there is this whole thing is a national park. So before we reached to Dhunche, we had to let the armies check our bags at the entrance port of the national park. We also had to pay 100 rupees entry fee for each of us, and since drones are not legal, we are not allowed to carry drones inside the national park without the permit. They checked our bags and seized it. We handed it over, and on our way back we were supposed to collect it. So we had to change our plan then and there of not to do the circuit, and because we had to collect the drone, hence no drone footage or aerial footage in my trekking film. And also because it was very snowy, we did not risk going further up, because you do have to go a little further up from over here, from Gosaikunda. You do have to go a little further up, and then from here go down. People at the lake recommended against that, so we thought it would be better not to take the risk and go through that. Plus we had to collect our drone as well, and also we left some of our things on few places, so we had to collect that one as well. So we returned back. So we left at around 2 p.m. and the returning part was very fast. On the third day, after reaching over here, we returned all the way down to ChandanBari. In around 4 hours, I think. Yes, I think in roughly around 4 hours, we reached back from Gosaikunda, collected our stuff at LauriBina, and hiked down up to ChandanBari. The reason why we practically ran, we were practically sprinting in that trail. Snow helped it easier to sort of run at some places, and plus we had a local Dai with us who was coming, who wanted to come to his hotel. he had his own hotel at ChandanBari, but he was running someone else's hotel at LauriBina for some reason, and he came along with us, and he was practically sprinting, and we were trying to catch up with him. So we did this whole section in just 4 hours, which is really crazy. Next day we had our breakfast and left ChandanBari at around 8 a.m. again, and we reached to Dhunche at around 11. I think there was only one bus that would leave at around 10. On our way up, I think we collected few phone numbers of few buses and few people who run the bus in this region. They took our number, and we were communicating with those people when on our way back, and they waited for us, thankfully, but the passengers were not really happy. I mean, there's a very low volume of people these days in that region because of the off-season and whatnot, so every passenger counts. So they waited for us for around 1.5 hours, I think. Then the bus took the whole day and brought us back to Kathmandu at around 6 p.m, I think. Cost 100 rupees entry fee, 500 to 800 rupees bus fee, 7,000 rupees of expense in the trail. Filmmaking setup. Okay, this is something that some people might be interested in. This one. I could not use my drone because it was seized. So next time I will try to do a little more research on getting proper permission to fly in the national parks and whatnot. And camera equipment, I used my Sony A7 III with G Master 24mm prime. I only used one single lens to shoot the entire trek. I was also using a Saramonic on-camera microphone. I also had my Gorilla Pod. I did not carry a tripod, and I also had strapped. I think there is one photo of mine which shows how I managed to do the shoot while trekking. So this is my setup. Trekking poles on both hands, gloves, and I was carrying my camera with the lens, single lens, and this tripod during the difficult part of the trail. Okay, here's another picture that shows how I was taking shots. I would use these railings as a support to put my Gorilla Pod and take the shots. And yes, it was very bright. The sun was directly coming on us from above, so please do not forget your shades, because it would be very hard to see in the snow. So what would be a good season? I think once the snow starts melting somewhere around in mid-March or after that, and before the rainy season begins in Nepal, that is June. So those 3 months are, I think, good. March, April, May, and even June, earlier parts of June. Those 4 months are, I think, a good time to visit. And I think late in September, October, and November, before the winter starts, I think those are also good months to visit anywhere in Nepal, or to do the trekking and all. But I like going in snow every once in a while. It's a fun reminder of the extremes of the weather. Okay, what else did I miss? I don't want to drag this video for so long. Other trails in the region, exactly. This is one alternate circuit that you can do, and of course there is the famous Kyanjin Gompa trail that you can do, which starts from Sabru Basi, which is a little further down from Dhunche. You could take the same road and go to Sabru Basi, and from there you can go along this particular section and reach to Kyanjin Gompa. The trail itself is called Kyanjin Gompa Trek. So there is a settlement, I believe, over here, and this is called Langtang Valley as well. It's right in the lap of the Langtang mountain range. So you might have to look at the mountains something like this, but I think you get even closer to the mountains. And I think here is one of the viewpoint, I think, Kyanjin Ri, from where you are supposed to get a really good views of the mountains. You can do a short trek, Dhunche to Gosaikunda. You can do a longer trek from Dhunche to Gosaikunda to take that longer route and reach to Kathmandu, or you can start from Sabrubesi and go all the way to Kyanjin Gompa, and you can come back. I was reading some blogs, and in some blogs they also suggested doing the Kyanjin Gompa, and on the way back from somewhere from Rimche, or you can go to join Gosaikunda trail and reach LauriBina or Gompa, ChandanBari, somewhere around here. You can go from here to here and then continue along with the Gosaikunda trail as well. Or you can do the Gosaikunda circuit trek in reverse. You can start from Kathmandu, hiking all the way to Kutumsang, Gopte, and to Gosaikunda, and from Gosaikunda hiking down to ChandanBari, and then doing this Langtang Kyanjin Gompa section and back to Sabrubesi and whatnot. So there are quite a little bit of variations that you can do in this particular region, and that will obviously require you to research more, look at the region, look at the weather, be prepared with everything. So do's and don'ts: get the entry permit, get the drone permit. I wanted to experiment with jet boil, but it's not necessary because all the hotels are and everything, they are practically open throughout the year. I would try to avoid the peak Hindus season where a lot of devotees fill the trail. That is in Janai Purnima and around holy dates such as Dasai. So I would try to avoid those times. And on the way down, because we sprinted so hard, 5th and 6th day after the trek was practically we were practically bedridden or ridden. Our body were hurting so much because of those extreme physical labor. So I would suggest you to do it even more slowly and come down slowly. Do not rush on your way back. That was one mistake. That is what we did, is we came down very rapidly, so it took a little bit of a toll on our body, but we did recover after 2 days of robotic walking around the house. So yeah, I think I covered pretty much as much as possible about this trek, or as much as I knew about this trail. Hope you have a good time over here. If you have any questions, feel free to write it down in the comment section below, and I might also drop some contact information of people who run some hotels over here. I think Neeraj has some of those phone numbers. So yeah, thank you for watching this. I hope this was informational and valuable to some of you. See ya. Bye bye.